Hey! Where did that come from? You gotta be kidding me. Okay, let me make a note. That isn't normal. That ain't normal. That's a revelation to me. Um, Here. Oh, I don't have permission. Yeah, eat my shit, suck my dick, fuck off, go choke on your own vomit, and have nobody flip you over onto your belly. Have a seizure and nobody put a spoon in your mouth, Microsoft. I don't have permission, right? Whatever. Fuck you. Where is it trying to direct me? Can I even tell? Is it highlighted? I should probably know the name of this. God, I'm tired of my voice. Like, I know I had a whip malfunction earlier, but my throat doesn't hurt. I'm just sick of my voice. It feels like I'm programming myself. With every breath I take and every move I make, it's like I'm watching me. Like a goddamn police song. Whatever, dude. WinStore app. Fine. Is that a dot? Yeah, okay. You know, I think I know why I don't have WSL. I think my Hyper-V can't work because I don't have it enabled in the BIOS. I don't think I have Intel SpeedStep enabled or Hyper-V, virtual machine bullshit. Okay, virtual machine in my BIOS. Hyper-V is the Microsoft thing. Virtual machine is the BIOS thing, of course. Hyper-V takes advantage of the virtual machine thing. You have to be so logical to get your terminology straight. Granted. That's also what's going on with the politically correct thing. Political correctness. You know, I don't have a prejudice bone in my body, says myself to my journal. But, you know, it's like, I do believe in the freedom of speech. I'm an angry person. I'm ready to call anybody anything because I believe in the freedom of speech. And I know I'm not prejudiced because I'm not a member of a white supremacist or any other kind of prejudice organization, which is really what you should be afraid of. It's like you shouldn't be afraid of hate. You shouldn't be afraid of intolerance. You should be afraid of hateful, intolerant people in the masses when they group together and come to hang you from a rope, you moron. You don't even know, and I'm talking to myself, because I don't know. What are you talking about, me? I'm having an enlightened, blah, 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 blah. Kayfabe. Right. Yeah, what are you talking about, me? Oh, yeah, when the masses come to get you and lynch you? Yeah, like some kind of a Frankenstein movie where they're gonna burn you to death, like at the stake, like a witch. Yeah, that is prejudice. But of course, these days we think we can nip it in the bud by just eliminating all of it. We're all colorblind, blah blah blah. Whatever, dude. Okay, yeah, I am colorblind, man. My best friends are so diverse. A lot of them are dead too. No, I'm stronger than that. I've cried enough lately. They wouldn't want me to. Fuck that. Alright, so what? So what? I don't know. What are we talking about? God damn it. No. No. I'm gonna get a stuffy nose and it's gonna be a big hassle. No. God damn it. What are the point of Goosebumps? Does anybody know? I thought it was like a science fiction series for kids at one point. Back when I was watching Carmen Sandiego, and afterwards they're all, watch Goosebumps, and I'm like, fuck that. I'm about Carmen Sandiego. She's a master criminal that has these Interpol style FBI fucking. She has the entire world federal government's trying to hunt her ass down for whatever goddamn reason. And that's pretty elite because she never gets busted. I know. I'm like an investigator. I work for the chief. Have you ever watched her on The District with that guy from Coach? Nelson? T. Nelson or whatever? What is it? Craig T. Nelson and what's her name? She's a really nice lady. Like, you could tell. In every piece of work she's ever done, you can tell she's a really nice lady. Fuck, man. I don't give a shit. That's my chief. Anyways, fucking... Yeah, I've never caught Carmen Sandiego. She always slips away. She's the best criminal I've ever seen. I'd marry that bitch if I ever met her. She's a shadow. She's totally uncatchable. It's like if she was a disease, you still couldn't catch her. If she was a virus, you know? Like, Carmen Sandiego is the most elite hacksaw ever to live. Basically. Of course, she's a fictional character, but she taught me about geography and made me wonder what the rest of the world was like. But yeah, Goosebumps, they mean nothing to me anymore. They have no context. It's just like... Oh, man. Yeah, I know. I'm surprised to have the Microsoft Store. Should I start the fucking download? I know I have a license for this software because I still own a Dell. Just because I put a new motherboard in doesn't mean it's not a Dell. And just because I like put that motherboard into a new case doesn't mean it's not still a Dell. Most of the components came out of the fucking Dell, man. This thing is like 85% Dell. Okay? Like, I just decided to upgrade. So don't fuck me up. Licensing. You're so stupid. You think you know a goddamn thing about me, software. You don't know a goddamn thing. I own all these licenses. I have these things I pirate aren't actually pirated. I have most of them sitting on my shelf in a box. Some of them I bought secondhand, but that's because the owner was tired of it and said I relinquish my copyright. You can have it, whoever's willing to pay for it. That's how it works. And you think I'm stealing. You're stealing my soul and the fire inside me every time you try to tell me I'm stealing. I'm no thief. Granted, if I could get Carmen Sandiego to marry me, we'd do some heists. I tell you what, baby. Woo! Like Pink Panther style. And Inspector Clouseau would be all, huh? Oh, shit. I'm never going to catch these kids. They're way too skilled. They're like elite. You're elite, kid. You're elite. No doubt. Also regrettable. Alright. Let me see, I can do... Ow! My shoulder. Alright, I gotta lift my keyboard properly. With my thumb on the bottom and my fingers on the top. It's when my fingers are on the bottom, I tend to bust my finger joints because this keyboard weighs like 50 pounds. It's so old school. But then again, this is exactly the hefty thing I need to keep me sitting here. It's like I'm on a carnival ride. It's the bar across my lap that keeps me from getting up and quitting. Well, I've been meaning to try that. Where was I? Did we get this successfully or not? That's cool. I found that here. That's the default URL. You can tell. Ooh. Ah. Great, another place I'll never get to go. Yeah, fuck you, motherfucker. I own this! Actually, this is like, what, the LTSC? Because I'm trying to have a slimmed down version of Windows. Because of all the bloatware! Well, fuck you, man. I'll go to the mass grave. It's like a big hole in the ground where they put dead people. A lot of them. Most of them are naked. Really regrettable. Yeah, fuck you and your fucking activate fucking bullshit. I own this. I own this. I don't own this. I own like Windows 10 Pro. Like, I have at least 5 licenses for this bullshit. And the fact that I'm running an alternate version just because I have old hardware doesn't mean you're gonna stop me. I'm a goddamn enlightened person. And I gotta do what I gotta do. I've been blessed with the most horrible setbacks I could have, but they've allowed me the opportunity to have the free time to think about what's right in this world. Alright, oh, PowerShell, right. Oh, how could I forget? What's up, PowerShell? Good to see you again. Yeah, I've had time to think about what's right and what's wrong. And all the shit that fucked me up, man. And it pisses me off. But it's a righteous feeling. And it doesn't come from a book or what somebody said. It comes from deep down inside of me. And I am fucking awesome. I bet most people are awesome if they give themselves a chance. But they never do because they're too busy trying to conform. Yeah, good for you. Let me know how that money works out, you loser. You're the born loser. I'm a born loser, but I'm going to die a winner. And you're going to die a loser. You're a born winner, and you're going to die a loser. I'm a born loser, and I'm going to die a winner. And if I talk too quickly, I'm going to say diarrhea, but what, whatever, dude. I don't give a fuck about shit. Come get me, motherfucker. If you want to kick down my door, I don't care if you're a thug or a fed. I'll blow your fucking brains out if you want to stop me. I'm on a mission. I'm a man on a mission. I give you away. I'm a man with a mission. Yeah. Okay, now what's up? Come on, Mass Grave. Did you fix what's broken? I just wanted to, like, have some fun. I wanted to have some fun sharing my life with you, world. Yeah, this is my journal, whatever, kayfabe. Man, fuck you, dude. You know how much it hurt? You'll never get it. Why should I tell you? Why should I even share? You're never gonna fucking care. You're just gonna laugh at me. You're gonna point and go, oh, big crybaby. You don't care. I've been struggling for years ever since that PC Gamer article. Yeah, I'll tell you. Fuck you, man. I'm enlightened. You can point and laugh all you want. That's just gonna make you less enlightened. Alright? So, I got that PC Gamer thing because I was totally honest with Jason Scott and said, hey, dude, I'm gonna die a nobody, and I'm more than a nobody. Can you help me? And he did. And then Alexis She interviewed me and it was nice. And she basically, told verbatim what I said, and I have no regrets. It's a little bit weird. I can't believe I proclaimed that I was like a born loser like that in the interview, but I mean, I was being totally honest. I kind of wish she wouldn't have printed that. That, like, it's like I'm trying to rise, man. What the fuck? But you people, you're so regrettable. You take everything verbatim. It's like as if you're willing to accept things as long as it's labeled properly. It's like I'm regretful because when I call myself the born loser, it's like as if you're willing to let me remain that way. Because you're okay with it. Because that's who I am. It's like that's not my origin story, dumbass. Why don't you read a little more about it? Why don't you listen to the original streamer audiobook, you fuck? I may have wound up a born loser, but guess what? That's not the origin story. The origin story is I overcame my obstacles. Is that what losers do? Or do losers wallow in their obstacles and never overcome them? Yeah, no doubt. You fucking moron. I really like to kill you, but it's against the law. And whose fault is that? Genocide, suicide, mass murder for a purpose this time. Is it any wonder we turn on ourselves? Another place I'm never gonna go. I'd like to go to St. Petersburg. I would. I'd like to go to Moscow. I would. In real life! Not in a fucking video game! I've already done that! You fuck! I hate you! You're so lame! You don't give a fuck about me! I know, because of all my, injuries I'm living with. I know I'm never gonna get to do this. But at least it's my new desktop theme. That's cool. I'm glad I paid attention and went to the very URL that's been in front of me this whole fucking time and I never noticed until today. Now that's enlightenment. I opened my eyes and I grabbed at what was right in front of me this whole time. That's cool. I like that. Is that really the sights of... That's not real. What the fuck am I looking at? That's gotta be a video game. That's not a real building. I know Russia has a lot of these, phallic penis-shaped buildings, but give me a break. That's gotta be, You know what? I probably have the wrong resolution. What if I were to change it to, That's probably what's wrong. And yes, they're penis-shaped. It's called phallic, and it's funny. It's like a spacecraft, right? Like a rocket. Rocket to Mars. Yeah, 30 seconds to Mars, bitch. Suck it. No doubt. Yeah, that'll get you laid if you say that. Because bitches are ready to suck it, but they want to see that you want it sucked. They're all ready to suck it, dude. All of them. It's programmed. They got hormones. They're dying to suck it, but they only want to suck a worthy cock. They don't want to suck a lame cock. Which is exactly all that I see. An ocean of lame cocks across the planet. And then I get to hear the love songs, the broken-hearted love songs about your lame cock. And how you fucked up and ruined another beautiful woman that could have done me some good use. Seriously, Ozzy Osbourne has Sharon? Yeah, I'll bet his kids are pretty happy about that, huh? Yeah, fuck you, man. Fuck you until the day I die. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck the world. Fuck it up. God damn it. Tear it. Rip it up. Tear it down. Fuck it up. Except, don't do that. Just fix it. Fix the bugs. Bug hunters. You're so fucking... You're posers. You're script kiddies. You're not fucking bug hunters. I said you're elite, kid, you're elite. It felt good, didn't it? Like as if I was saying it to you. But actually, you're a script kiddie poser because the bugs still exist. You didn't actually squash it. You know that does happen in reality. When like, ooh, that's cool. Maybe this is like a psychedelic version of Russia. Like kind of like a weird, kind of off-putting video game. I like it. I like it. It's odd. It wasn't my computer resolution. I didn't have to fix my monitor. I just had to open my mind. I get it. I'm sorry. You know, it confused me at first, but now there's a different picture, and I see there's a theme that's happening here. Okay. Because I'm perceptive, I'm intuitive, I'm sympathetic, empathetic, and I am an enlightened human being. I fucking know I am. Even though I sound like I'm regrettable, it's not my fault. You know, I'll bet if the Dalai Lama had had my problems, he wouldn't have sounded so enlightened either. And, you know, he kissed a little boy. You know, that's considered affection. Like in Europe, you can get away with that. You know, it's kind of weird, I know. Me and my father used to kiss. It was only for a second. It was like smooch, you know. Then I'd hug him so hard, I'd say, God damn it, why are you so crazy, father? And he'd tell me again the story about when he was in Bisbee, and he was like a little boy like me, and he's just like fucking around in his father's study, the stepfather that enjoyed beating him because his real father had been killed by the police for getting drunk and rowdy and being like I guess it wasn't racist. His father was a hillbilly. It was his mother that was the native one. But still, it wasn't easy, and everybody was poor, and the only people with money were miners, like people that mine for things, mostly turquoise, I think it was, up in Bisbee, but like, which is a beautiful element that comes from planet Earth. It's a lot like jade, except jade is green, and turquoise is turquoise, which looks a lot like blue, like a sky blue. Like the cleanest, clearest water in the cleanest ocean that you've ever swam in. But anyways, fucking him and his buddy are fucking around after school. They got nothing to do. They probably went home to what? Drink some water? I don't know. You know, they had to go home for some reason. And my father's like, Judd's like, hey, you want to see my stepdad's study or whatever? And his little retarded friend's like, okay, Judd, that sounds fun. Because my father was such an outcast, the only friend he could get was like some kind of mongoloid, which is no disrespect. It's still just as tragic. It's not like as if that made the kid any less of a human. But that's the truth. This kid was slow. He was a special student. Do you get it? Or do I need to elaborate and tell you the exact specific diagnosis of how on the spectrum his little retard friend was? I don't know, I wasn't there! I just heard the story, and the story was that he had a friend that was kind of slow. And that wasn't his only slow friend. He also had a friend named Robles. I'll tell you about him later. But this kid, he was looking around the study. I don't know what was in the study. I guess there were all kinds of amazing things, like animal heads hung up on the walls or something, or maybe like, you know, really cool stationery. I don't know. You know, I wasn't there, dude. But I know that, like, at one point, the little retard opened a drawer, and it wasn't locked, and he had a gun in his hands, a handgun, and my father said, hey, put that back. You're gonna get me in trouble. Put that back. And the little retard said, come on, let's have some fun. This is cool. I've always wanted to see a gun. And my father's like, please. You're gonna get me in trouble. And the special kid, the special disabled, the little retard mongoloid was like, No, no, let's play with it. And I guess my old man said, please, you're gonna get me in trouble. And I guess somehow it fell to the ground and clattered, or somebody caught. A terrible, tragic accident happened, and my father got to see his best friend's brains blown out right in front of him. And he told me that story over and over and over and over and over because he used to sleep on the floor because he had a bad back. Put a egg crate, foam egg crate. He'd have nightmares in his sleep, and that would wake my mother up. Also, he had a bad back and really couldn't sleep in a bed, and I'm just the same fucking way. I can't sleep in a bed, yo. I actually, I did, I went and laid down in my mom's bed, like, the other day when my back was so fucked up from physical therapy. I'd slept in my lazy boy chair all fucking day long. You know, waking up to pop a pain pill every once in a while, but, like, you can only sit in a lazy boy for so long sleeping before your back starts to ache like the goddamn worst backache you've ever had. Actually worse. But anyways, and like, but I still wanted to sleep because I was depressed and I had nothing to wake up for. So I just sort of like saw she was watching TV and I said, move this shit over. Her entire king-size bed was filled with file folders and documents and literally x-rays. Have you ever seen what an x-ray film looks like? It's a big chunk of plastic. It's like you're supposed to hold it up to a light board and like look at it to see what's wrong with somebody. And I've got plenty of them. And they're not always x-rays. Sometimes they're MRIs in the form of an x-ray, like the big sheet of plastic that you hold up to the light board. You know, and I laid on top of this shit, and she said, wait, no, I'm trying to save your life. I'm trying to keep your income. And I'm like, fuck you, my back hurts. Move over. And she's like, calm down. And I'm like, fine. And I started shoving the stuff to the side, and I faced the iMac that I got her that's like more modern than mine because I love her, and I can't use a modern iMac because it doesn't have a FireWire Thunderbolt port, and I need that for my Focusrite sound interface. So, you know, I'm looking at the iMac, and I closed my eyes, and I got an extra hour or two of sleep. I think she did too. It wasn't quite like when I'd lay down with my father, and he'd spoon me and tell me really funny stories, and sometimes really traumatic stories. And I just learned a lot about life listening to those stories. I was like, God damn, I hope I never have to see my best friend die in front of me. And I can't say Derek was my best friend, but he was like definitely in my top 8 if you've ever been on MySpace. I know he wasn't literally, I don't think he had a MySpace, but in the my top 8 of my fucking most bestest PFFs ever. And yeah, man, it's not cool. I know what he was talking about. And he had it worse, my father, because everybody in town, guess what his nickname became after that day? They called him Murderer. That's not nice. That's not nice. When you have your best friend die, that's not nice. He was already called wetback and spick and half-breed and hillbilly kid and all kinds of stupid fucking slurs, man, by all the fucking miners. You know, it's not the miners are bad people. It's just, think about it. They gotta do hard labor, so these are hard people. They're not exactly sensitive. Like, if you get hurt while you're mining, it's like they say, hey, suck it up. We got work to do. You can worry about your fucking injury later. I mean, think about it. They used to put canaries in mines to see if it was safe to go in.
That's hardcore shit, man. And they got little kids mining over in Africa. What the fuck is that? That's regrettable. That's the only thing that stopped me from crying my eyes out right now is how despicable the world is. It's regrettable to fucking have the shit that happened to my father and the shit that's happened to me. That's regrettable, but the really regrettable thing is how you people react to it. That is what's regrettable. I need a cigarette. I need a towel. I think I'll use my arm sling. It's pretty dry. I can wipe my face with this. God damn you all. To hell. Except you cool guys. You know who I'm talking about. You're cool. You're cool. You're cool. Fuck you. Go to hell. You suck. Fuck you. You're cool. Alright, let's go. No doubt. Man. Shit. Motherfuckers. I think I need a pain pill too, because I don't usually get this angry and worked up, do I? Do I? I don't know. It's hard to tell. That's kind of my barometer, is like if I'm acting insane, I must need a pain pill, opiate thing. Because I get very irritated, like Gigi Allen. When he needs some dope! Buy me dope! Bring me dope! Just give me dope! Just like that guy. And the funny thing is, Dr. Drew will tell you that the average opioid addict didn't get enough love from their mother. And that's why they become opioid addicts. And though I think Dr. Drew knows more about addiction medicine than anybody else, because he's done more work than anybody else in that field, I still think he doesn't know everything. That's for sure. There's work to be done. Man, this fucking, you people are so lazy. I really need this pill. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be so mean. I don't. But you're lazy. I hate you. You privileged little brats. Fuck you. I hope the artificial intelligence goes Skynet on you motherfuckers. Because you're sucking its dick when you should be sucking on my tits. Yeah, my big fat jiggly man titties. You're sucking on the AI dick when you should be getting the milk of my knowledge. You fucks. I hate you. I despise you. Except you guys that are cool. Okay? God, I can't breathe. Alright, I'm gonna calm down. Oh, that was intense. Fuck. I need a cigarette. God damn it. I'm so sick of this shit. It's like I can see a bird's eye view of everything. If that's not enlightened, then what the fuck is? But I can't do a goddamn thing about it. Because you people are so up your own asses. It makes me kind of want to vomit. But I hate vomiting. Almost as much as I hate crying. And it's not because of how you make me feel about it. It's because of, like, the side effect. The stuffy nose of crying. The weird feeling on my teeth. Like that gritty, weird, like all my dentine has been eaten away. Like some kind of bulimia little girl. Or boy. Or tranny. I'm sorry. I laugh at the thought of a tranny kid, because it's like, what kid has the resources to get that done? I'm like, what? Right? That's funny. Kids don't have resources, so they're kind of like the ultimate victim of your fuck-ups. These adult fuck-ups. You adults are all a bunch of fuck-ups, yet you dictate the future of the children. And I know what that feels like, because I was a gifted child that was also disabled. I was a disabled gift. I was special, and I feel real fucking special now. Yeah, special like in the fucking throwaway bin. What do they call that? Clearance items? Yeah, I'm on special. Yeah, get me for 99 cents, why don't you? How's about free? Yeah, that's how special I am. Walk out the door with me for a penny. That's what I'm worth. What happens when you're on special. When you are special, from what I can tell you, alright, kid, as far as I'm concerned, if you are on the spectrum, if you are special, hide it. Don't ever let them know. And just try to be cool. Because if you ever let them know, they're going to treat you subhuman style. And that's not cool. But that's the way it is. And they'll claim it's not prejudice. They'll pamper you. They'll give you easy classes. You know, or if you're gifted disabled, they'll give you hard classes. Whatever, man. Just try to be normal. Just try to blend in if you're different. Okay? And someday you'll get yours. If you really are special, you'll find a way to get your leverage. You know what I mean by leverage? Yeah, you'll get your leverage, kid. Don't fuck up like I did. I let myself fall victim to the labels. You know? And once you let that happen, your life is flushed down the fucking toilet. And then you become a punk rocker, and then your life is really flushed down the toilet. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. Just listen to the music and the lyrics. Punks don't have good lives. That's why they're called punks. They're self-declared punks. I say punk rocker because I have self-esteem. But usually these poor people get broken and shit on so badly by your world. Yeah, I didn't shout. I'm in control. I'm gonna make this cigarette, though. I gotta focus. They get fucking pushed around, shoved around, totally abused by your world, and they call themselves punks. But I have more self-esteem. I call myself a punk rocker because it's not my fault I got pushed around by your stupid fucking world. And it's not their fault because I love punk rock music. It's way better than the mainstream. And I know because I have taste. I make music. You've seen. I can make pop. I can make good music. I can make listenable, popular music that you... Have you ever seen my... I've done a lot of covers, you know. And some of them are weird and drunk and sloppy, you know. But I'm hitting the right notes for the most part. And, you know, I'm kind of being punk rock about it, aren't I? Like Sid Vicious when he did My Way. Because I do things my way. And I'm not embarrassed about it. I just want support, and I don't get it. So I'm really pissed off. But I can get over it. Because at least I still have my recordings to listen to. Except when my computer doesn't work right. Right? Because you're being a fascist with your fucking software. It's like you're taking my rights and rubbing them in my face. Because I should be getting a ton of royalties. I've done so much work in the realm of intellectual property. I'm a prolific person. I didn't even know what that word meant until I got on MySpace and I started sharing my poetry, like my Zen poetry. I said, oh, I can almost remember it. It's on the tip of my tongue. This dude said, wow, JJ Styles, you're prolific as hell or something. I said, if I had my way, I'd do blah, blah, blah a day, but I don't, so I won't, and that's all I have to say. It was like a limerick, you know? You know? I'm glad I remembered. I'm really happy about that. Yeah. I don't know what I said I was doing, though. This was the format of the limerick. It was like, if I had my way, I'd do blah, blah, blah a day, but I don't, so I won't, and that's all I have to say. That's it's kind of like you've ever heard me say, if I had my druthers, I would blah, 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 you know? It's almost like a Fishbone song, like, hi, da 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 da. like Angela or whatever, or maybe like, you know, maybe it's more like a Primus song, because Les Claypool's been known to talk about getting his brothers every once in a while, right? Yeah, maybe that was what I said. I don't know. It was on MySpace at one point. If I had my druthers, no, that's not it. It says if I had my way, I think I'd eat, or maybe if I had my way, I'd drink 20 Mountain Dews a day, but I don't, so I won't. Something like that. Something like that. It's a good format. It's a limerick, but it's like you could fill in the blank, man. If I had my way, I'd do blah 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 a day, but I don't, so I won't, and that's all I have to say. It's like if you don't have your way, what else is there to say? Nobody's gonna listen. Fuck it. Fuck it, man. Fuck it. And even if you try really hard to improve your talents by taking college classes or like, you know, practicing, or what's about like, you know, the nice thing about a band, when you join a band, it's kind of like drama club or something like that. It's like when you join a community, you meet other people, and sometimes they teach you tricks of the trade, and you improve, you get your XP, and you level up, and it's like you think, wow, I'm level 50, I'm bound to be like accepted now, and it's like you're still not accepted. Why? I don't get it. What did I do wrong? I leveled up and everything. Are you that jealous of me and my skill? Oh, let me guess. You think that my sloppiness is that regrettable? Yeah, I'd like to see how tight you are with my problems, motherfucker. How dare you not be my fan? I spit on you. Tooey! Okay, who's got a light? How dare you not be my fan? I invented your way of life. You better be my fan. I demand it. I demand respect. And I demand respect for others. Especially the neglected and the abused. Man. So lighten up. Okay? Hey, cool, thanks. Cool. It's the spot. No, I prefer menthol. I didn't always, but like I had this guitar player. He used to go by the online handle of Osho Zen Havoc, and I don't know what that's about. I guess Osho knows a lot about Zen. Yo, man, I'm just an American. I've never even been to Japan. What about it? Well, that guy's pretty cool. He used to smoke menthol, so, and used to bum them to me. So, whatever. I knew this hacker named Solfay, and like he had a couple articles in 2600, dude. He's pretty cool. I knew this guy, Lothar the Third. He's got like a Twitch channel. Like, yeah, man. What's your handle? Is it your name? That's really cool. I wish I was that cool, because that's like pride. When you're not afraid of your name, when you're not afraid of who you are, that is pride. It's not easy to get. It doesn't just get given to you. You kind of gotta earn it. Usually, in this society, this fucked up, broken ass society that I've never enjoyed a day in my life. Actually, I've enjoyed a few days, but it was when I was fucking up this society. Back in my punk rock youth, man. Take their rules, rip them up, tear them down. I'm going insane. I got the world up my ass. Got the world up my ass. Burning me out. No doubt. Dude, I saw Gwen Stefani in the news, like, not too long ago. Who was she? I don't know. Was it the news, or did I just, like, stumble upon an old article? She was, like, with... who was she hanging out with? Some other cool chick. Tell me it wasn't Taylor Swift. Please tell me it was, like... Not that I really hate Taylor Swift, I just don't like country music because I'm not a country bumpkin. I'm a modern guy in a modern world, and I've always been a city slicker, even though I live in the middle of nowhere desert, Sonoran desert. I have birds that sing beautiful, beautiful songs in my yard all day long, like the happiest birds you've ever heard chirp. And I also have little lizards scurrying around in the rose, like the petals that fall to the ground and leave piles, like, because that's the nature of things and the changing of the seasons. I hear the cute little lizards, the whiptails and the horny toads scurrying around. And in wintertime, I get to hear the owls, whoo, whoo, whoo. And you can tell they're horny, because, like, there's more than one. They're adorable. I love them. Even the bark scorpions, I try not to fuck them up too much, but when they catch me off guard, I gotta kill them. It's like, what else can I do? Especially when they freak out my poor mother. She's got a bad heart. She can't afford to get startled. But I still love the scorpions too. I made a video about it one time. And the black widows, if I could, man, did I ever... There's a picture on the internet somewhere where I have like a little critter box, and I caught 3 black widows by myself, you know, with my critter box. I think I was using the lid for a CD spindle. You know, I don't know if you've ever bought a spindle of optical media, because that's kind of like not green. And a lot of you Generation Z kids haven't had the luxury of... No, I'm just kidding. It's not a luxury. It's regrettable. But back in my day, it was affordable. The CD spindles, especially if you make music and you want to get it out there. And so what? Well, they have these lids, and they're basically circular. They're cylindrical, actually, but there's a hole in the bottom. And they're perfect for catching black widows or scorpions. And then you can trap them and you can let them free into the desert and nobody gets hurt. It's kind of like catch and release. Yeah, I don't like that term anymore either. It's fucked up. Because humans treat humans... It's always complicated. It's like with a little creature like that, it's simple. But with a human, it gets real complicated when you capture them and then put them back home where they belong. It gets real cloudy because it's complicated, and there's a lot of shit that you got to go through when in processing, and it's just dehumanizing. And being dehumanized is just about the most regrettable thing I've ever heard of, and I'm enlightened, goddammit, so I know what I'm talking about. And maybe I don't fully understand the term enlightened, but I believe I am, because I have self-respect and a high self-esteem, and I didn't always, and I'm not going to give it up. I'm not going to let my self-esteem, I'm not going to let go of it. I'm never going to have low self-esteem ever again, because once you let it go, you're basically not going to get it back. It's like if you're a shy kid and you have low self-esteem, and then one day you get your chance to shine, whether it's on stage or in a different way, however it may be, once you get your chance to have a high self-esteem of yourself, if you ever let it go, you'll regret it the rest of your life, and you'll be a loser, even if you weren't a born loser. You can't let go. You gotta keep your self-esteem, and the only way you can is by sticking up for yourself and others that deserve it. And we all deserve it. Even Bill Gates, that sleazy, slimy, money-grubbing scumbag that makes buggy software. And that's what he makes his money off of, buggy software. How regrettable is that living? Well, I don't know. Ask him. Right? I think it's regrettable. To make money off buggy software is regrettable. If I ran Microsoft, I'd beta test the shit out of that shit until I knew it was safe for consumption. I mean, give me a break. Let's use any other product as a metaphor. Shall we? Am I still streaming? Is this still on? 49 minutes? I haven't frozen? Really? Steady? Okay. Yeah, man, let's use a different product. How about food? How about liquids that you need to hydrate with? You know? Like if you made buggy food, buggy drinks that people got sick off of, you'd get shut down, wouldn't you? Yeah, but software's different. I don't know why. It's not held up to the same standard. Yet we do have standards, and these companies, they have to adhere to them, otherwise be held accountable and heavily, heavily penalized. With fines, perhaps, like, you got to be licensed to do just about anything. You know what I mean? Do you drive? Everybody needs to be licensed, and everybody needs to uphold the law, and like the standards that you have to conform to are, I think the government is supposed to protect us. I do believe in the government. I'm not a right-wing fucking... I think libertarians have a great spirit because they're all about freedom. But I kind of think the government's a little more necessary than that because I know what happens when you don't have one. It's like you get anarchy or you get like tyrants. It's like you don't have to have a nation. That's not a requirement to be bullied. It's like just about anybody can rise up and become the ultimate bully in this world. You know? I'd say ask Hitler, but he's been dead a long time. I'd say ask what? Mussolini? Mao Zedong? Ayatollah? I don't even know anything about these names. I just know I've heard a lot of punks and a lot of lyrics. A lot of punk rockers say things about these leaders. War heroes. Noriega, Gaddafi, General Schwarzkopf, war heroes. My, what a colorful uniform you are wearing. Just like Gearing. Yeah? No doubt. In my mind. You fuck. You fascist fuck. You conformist fascist. You gingerbread conformist fascist fucks. I like to burn you and throw you in a mass grave. You fucks. I hate you. I spit on you. I despise you, and I always have. Because I hate a bully. Because they got the power that I should have. Because I wouldn't abuse my power. Maybe when I was younger. Like, Zot the Avenger, if he would have gotten a lot of power, he probably would have done fucked up things. Because he didn't have enough empathy yet. Even though I'd met the Dalai Lama, even though I had already kind of figured out what in this world is fucked up and what's not fucked up, the problem is I was still willing to do fucked up things to people because I was so hurt and resentful. So, like, I wasn't quite... That watered flower was not watered enough quite yet. I swear to God, man, I'd love to go postal some days, but I never will. Because, like, when my father and me would spoon and he'd tell me about his best friend with his brains blown out and being called murderer and how regrettable that was. It's like that was just a story, and it was a pretty bad one, but there was a moral and a lesson. And then just a few short years later, I'd get to experience it when my drummer said JJ, and I watched the life expire from his fucking eyes, like as if he was... I can't even describe it. It's not like he fell asleep. I don't know. It's like you could say, oh, like he got knocked over the head with a mallet like a cartoon character. Yet, no. Not like that. Because in a cartoon or whatever, or maybe in real life, I don't know, your eyes roll into the back of your head when you get knocked over the head with a mallet. His eyes didn't go anywhere. They just stared blankly at the sky. Vacant. Empty. Soulless. And no more. And I don't know what the truth is.
I think I pulled his eyelids down for him, but I can't remember. Because I was trying to get away from the smell of gasoline. As soon as I could tell he was dead, and a car pulled up right then. And I fear I didn't close his eyelids. I sometimes have nightmares where I didn't. I don't know. Only the report. I don't think they put that in the report. You know, where his eyelids closed or open. They didn't put that in the report. You know, that's like the Assassin's Creed honorable thing to do, right? Because everything is sacred. It's like Monty Python says every sperm is sacred. I say everything is sacred. I had like some Lucky Wishbone earlier. It's like fried meat, steak fingers, and I only had one. That's the one thing I've had today. Oh, and I had a few French fries. It wasn't much. I'm not very hungry. You know, and my stomach hasn't growled. It was starting to growl though, and that's when I had my steak finger. And when I was in the bathroom washing my hands, I said, "Oh God, if there is a God or whatever, the sacred life force in all of us living things, please forgive me for exploiting this sacred cow for sustenance, and know that I acknowledge and respect and appreciate this sacred cow because I gotta live too. And though it's regrettable that anything had to give its life for me to live, I am okay with it as long as you're okay with it, and acknowledge that I acknowledge the sacrifice, man. Because, you know, I'll try to be vegan if I ever make enough money to afford it. But it's expensive to be vegan, if you ask me. Because, like, I can't eat just any old vegetable. You can't just shove a cucumber in my face and say, live on that. It's like I need at least some salt and pepper. You know what? That's true. I could happily eat cucumber slices with salt and pepper. But that's like an hors d'oeuvre. That's not a meal for me. And like, you know, I only eat until I'm full. Because if I eat any more, I barf. Or I feel like I'm gonna barf. And I told you guys the story. I've told the internet this story, as I expressed in my kayfabe journal, about how, like, when my poor, and by that I mean low-income parents, would take me to the cafeteria, the first cafeteria, and tell me to finish my tray. But I'm like, I'm full, parents. I can't. I'm gonna be sick. I can't stuff any more food in my fucking mouth and down my throat. I can't stuff my face anymore. I'm gonna be sick. And then they mind trip me. I don't know if it had to have been my father, because he's a genius. He's like a master manipulator. But the problem is, his manipulations never worked out quite right to his satisfaction. It was all kind of like, the only time it did was when he used intimidation as well as like persuasion. But this time, all it took was persuasion, and the persuasion was by telling me, oh, but all the little baby green beans want to be with their mommies and daddies. You gotta finish your bowl of green beans. You know, you gotta get big and strong, and you gotta eat your green beans, and you should do it just to be a nice kid, because, like, you know, the mommies and the daddy green beans, they're separated from the babies because you ate the babies. So finish eating the mommies and daddies. And I cried there in the cat. I don't want to hurt the babies. And we're talking about vegetables here, yo. And though they are living at one point, it's a different kind of life, certainly. But, you know, when life ends, it ends, doesn't it? And if they bring you life, well then, I guess everything is sacred, huh? Like the whalebone ring wrapped around my pinky. Motherfucker. I think I need a whip it hit or something. No, that was from the heart.
Everything is sacred, motherfucker. Get it straight. Alright. Especially people. You know, I've been wronged by people every which way I can think of, man. Bullied and exploited, lied to, abused. Like, I've never been raped. Granted, that chick, she basically took advantage of me. But I was consensual. Okay, that in that stream the other day that I told you about with the Grand Theft Auto and her brother in the corner playing it. Yeah, it was weird. Whatever, man. You know, it wasn't that weird. Everybody was okay afterwards, okay? It wasn't like that weird. But at the same time, like, I don't know, I've never been raped, so fuck it. Not that I can remember. I don't think I was ever. You know, it isn't like I have flashbacks or weird little traces. You know, sometimes people get hypnosis, you know, deep hypnosis to remember repressed memories. And, you know, I don't know if I'd recommend that. I knew Walter Boert. He's like the mind control master. And though sometimes you might think to yourself, I want to know the truth, who's sure if that's really the truth? I'm not. I'm not convinced. Just because you remember something, it's like, hey man, I remember plenty of my nightmares. Okay? That doesn't make them real. So, look, I'm sorry if you're twisted up inside. Maybe you should focus on the future. Okay? Because there's lots of people that need you. And if you're too wrapped up in your own bullshit to help, that's not gonna do you nor any of us any good. You gotta fucking take advantage of this fantastic world we're living in, because it can go dystopia. It is dystopia. It's a future. This is futuristic. I'm an old guy. I'm in my 40s. We're living in a dystopia. I am a byproduct of a dystopia. When did it get high-tech? Right around COVID-19. That's when shit got cyberpunk. The pandemic, it's all like fucking 12 monkeys and shit. That's when it became over. I mean, sure, there's lots of elements in history like the Cold War. That was pretty cyberpunk, but it wasn't high-tech enough. That was like proto-cyberpunk. You know, that was like the roots of cyberpunk, the Cold War, with all the cloak and dagger espionage bullshit. You know, it's like now with cyberspace. Yeah, I said the C word. That's what it is. It's the space that I'm existing in right now. Alright? Yeah, it is. And that's and everything sucks for me, and that's dystopia. And we could make it utopia. But not if you're a little chicken shit motherfucker that doesn't stick up for anybody but your goddamn self and your paycheck and your fucking balance and your fucking credit report, you karma. Credit karma? You don't know the meaning of the word karma. If you don't stick up for yourself and stick up for everybody else. Right now! Don't wait! Do it now! Fucking tweet or do something! I know you have an injustice in your mind right now. If you're really listening to me, I know you don't have to think hard about it. You got something to share. Whether it happened to you or somebody that you don't even know or somebody close to you. I know you got something to say, but you're not saying it because you don't want to freak anybody out. And that's fucked up, man. Freak them out! Freak them the fuck out! I gotta piss. I'll be right back. I do. I am only human after all. Shit, man, this drink is empty. I gotta get some ice. I should probably just stop this stream, huh? I know, man. I'm such a creature of habit. Whatever. End of my private journal entry on being an enlightened